All right, Prime Minister Modi, while addressing the AI Action Summit in Paris, delivered a thought-provoking address on the transformative potential of artificial intelligence, while also raising concerns about its risks and biases. Joined by French President Emmanuel Macron at the Grand Palais in Paris, who co-chaired the summit, Prime Minister Modi emphasized the urgent need for careful and collaborative global governance in this rapidly advancing field. Before we delve into the significance of India's leadership at the AI Summit, take a quick listen into some excerpts from the Prime Minister's speech.
I am grateful to my friend, President Macron, for hosting this summit. We must develop open source systems that enhance trust and transparency. We must build quality data sets free from biases. We must democratize technology and create people-centric applications. Friends, India has successfully built a digital public infrastructure for over 1.4 billion people at a very low cost. It is built around an open and accessible network. It has regulations and a wide range of applications to modernize our economy, reform governance, and transform the lives of our people. India and France have worked together for years through initiatives like the International Solar Alliance to harness the power of the sun. As we advance our partnership to AI, it is a natural progression from sustainability to innovation to shape a smarter and responsible future.
Aditya, my colleague, is with us on the broadcast. Aditya, important information and important characterization of AI has been put out by the Prime Minister here.
Well, absolutely, Vineet. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has highlighted the positive aspects of the artificial intelligence in modern day world. As you know, artificial intelligence has penetrated into almost every domain of human being. While addressing the pros of the artificial intelligence, Prime Minister also focused upon the cons of the artificial intelligence. You see what has happened, that there have been instances of massive layoffs, due to the advent of artificial intelligence, and also we have seen that how artificial intelligence could be misused by the hackers, and it could be liable to misuse, which needs to be put in place. So there is the overall the agenda of this AI Action Summit that is being held, that is being co-chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that is being held in France, is about ensuring the sustainable use of artificial intelligence so that it can be harnessed, for the good of the human existence as a society as a whole. So it is very essential that artificial intelligence is channelized in a right manner so that it is good for the collective society. Yes, Vinny.
All right, Aditya, appreciate you joining us. At this point in time, Mr. Ashish Tulsankar, co-founder and CTO of iSchool Connect, joins us. He's an AI expert. Mr. Ajay Data, MD of datagroup.in, also with us on the program. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. It's an important day in terms of where India stands when it comes to AI and the AI revolution. Ashish, I'll begin with you. Well, if you heard the Prime Minister speak, he said that AI is phenomenal. In fact, after the splitting of the atom, it's perhaps one of the greatest discoveries that has been made in the modern world. But the fact of the matter is that keeping up with AI does not mean leaving the human intervention and element behind. How largely do you support what the Prime Minister had to say there?
Absolutely. I think that he had touched upon exactly the most important point. When we are considering AI, the human aspect cannot be left aside. And few of the pointers like the open source AI that he spoke about, the need for trust and transparency that is brought by the open source AI, the quality of the data that is required, which is basically should be bias free, be the cultural bias or the racial bias. It should cover every culture and every race in the world. And all these aspects, along with the sense of human in control, is very important for the future of the country, future of the world.
Ajay also joins us. Ajay, if you're there with us. Okay, Ajay is going to be joining us momentarily. Ashish, there's also, a debate and a chatter over why India is behind when it comes to developing these softwares. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, that's a good question. In terms of when we think about development of AI, there are few aspects. Like the first aspect is people, then there's infra, then there's industry adoption aspects or policies that are taken care of. The fourth one could be research and development. Okay, so in terms of people, okay, talent pool, India is one of the best globally when it comes to AI skill penetration. There has been about 260% rise from 2016 to 2024 so far. Okay, and India houses around 16% of world's AI talent. So I think we are not lagging in terms of talent. But when it comes to infra, I think that is where we need to be taking more steps, getting more infra like GPUs or the NVIDIA chips that are required to train the models. And then coming to government initiatives, there have been great initiatives already by India, like the India AI Future Skill Initiative, where India is trying to provide data and AI labs compute power to tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And even in agriculture, there is some Telangana has come with Sagu Bagu initiative where they're trying to help farmers with the right information. But there is need for more such initiatives to increase overall adoption of the AI. That's one aspect. And then R&D. I think this is where most of the companies and government has need to improve on. Okay, so when we think about R&D, we need to keep aside some certain budget for R&D. At the same time, partnerships. Going out to this kind of summits where Honorable Prime Minister has already gone in, and having exchange of knowledge is very critical to improve in this area.
Ajay also joins me on the broadcast. Ajay, thank you for being here. First up,
Yes.
Your thoughts on what the Prime Minister said. He said we need a balance when it comes to the thought-provoking prowess of AI. He also went on to say that unless this balance is capitulated, there is a possibility that AI can be misused.
AI can be misused for sure, and there are ethical issues around it. I hope that we realize AI is not something new. It is basically because of the computational power, the sheer computational power available in somebody's hands, have started giving the software a power to think, power to analyze data, and create remarkable output, whether to control a robotic or a light or a fan or a human mind, or produce something which is like movies and images and text. It has large issues around. And I don't know right now how the world is going to deal with the job losses which might occur and the transformative angle around in almost every sphere of life. I hope that ethical is not just about the deep fakes, ethical about adoption, how much AI should enter into a normal working where a mass job loss may occur. Is it an ethical issue? If you don't, then how do you become more productive? And in a global world, how do we fight with that? It's a complex one for sure. And I guess that all the world leaders have to align themselves, their thoughts in this area, and ensure that no country is smashed and and create a very negative impact because of the AI, which is going to impact and almost everywhere I can imagine, whether it's a farmer or a teacher or an advocate or a chartered accountant or a simple designer or a content writer or artist or musician, lyricist, whatever you name, it is going to impact almost everyone. And I see that this is a more bigger ethical issue to use, how much to use the tech and how much we allow that use the tech to enter while we deal with the deep fakes and the crimes and all those ethical issues led to the misuse of it. But I'm on a positive side of it, use but still have a negative impact. That is also a very, very large canvas to deal with. Another very important point is which we must deal with, and I'm sure our Prime Minister is eyeing of that, is that getting India having a very high level of computational power and large budget to do that. We cannot afford that we do not have the large NVIDIA GPUs or AMD's GPUs available in this country. And without that, if there are sanctions, there are tariffs, and there is expensive one, we may be left behind with a large opportunity which world may progress, and if we don't have access to. So it is a very critical aspect to deal with in this AI summit, which our Prime Minister is addressing, and a very right time to address this issue and ensure that India takes the lead, is one of the important nations for building AI applications, and make the world use our AI innovated applications produced by India, made for the world.
Ajay, also, what about this rat race of producing your own AI modules and systems? The Americans with ChatGPT, China now with DeepSeek. Should there be a pressure on India to come up with its own version?
So it has multiple faces to it. So let us analyze that. Why there is a need of DeepSeek along with an OpenAI, and while there is a DeepSeek as a service over LLM, how about Llama 3.2 or with Vision available from Meta, and the layers application built by many applications available in the world based on these LLMs available or the APIs available through ChatGPT, DeepSeek or Meta. The key here is what India needs to do. India has lost a very large sum of data in the name of social media. Think about it right now for a second. If we use WhatsApp, we give the data to Meta. We use Instagram, we give data to Meta. We use Google, our websites, we give data to Google. We use any Microsoft service, we give data to Microsoft. We use any service which is available, and the data goes out of our hands, and the American companies became the owner of that data, and then they built AI with that data and sell the services to us. Do you want that model in the country? Answer is no. What we want our data to be with us. Our models are trained for Indian data, for the Indian public, for the Indian population, which is very contextual, very useful, very precise for the smaller needs. Can an AI today deal with very small thing? If can AI has the large repository of the Marwadi books or the content or a Rajasthani content? Will it have our culture, which is in a remote villages, the folk dances, the cultures, the colors, the daris and flowers and everything else, which are very Indian in nature? Having the periphery of it, they will have it. Whatever has gone on internet, whatever we have posted, they have it. Whatever has not gone internet, whatever is still in the books, whatever is still in the art form in the villages and societies, is still our culture, is still our ownership. Still, we need to build our models. So, what we can do, according to me, we can pick up an open source model and trim it down with the data which we don't need, and train those models based on the domains which we need, whether it is language, whether it is culture, whether it is entertainment, whether it is medical, whether it is Ayurveda, whether it is yoga. We train our models for different domains and make it available to the mass usage by our Indian population. I guess this is the opportunity which we have. We should not miss it. And I tweeted very recently, then when our Honorable Minister tweeted that 10,000 crore rupees have been announced on AI, I requested, can we add 10, please? We need money. And without that, it will be very difficult to fight that battle in the country. And we need large data centers with GPUs available for Indian population at a very throwaway price. That's where the money has to go for ensure that India is 10 trillion economy. The next 5 trillion, mark my words, will come because of AI, not because of anything else. And we have to ensure that we are not left behind in AI.
Ashish, how do you react to what Ajay has said? He's got a great point that the next few years AI is going to be a big money generator, and that's where India needs to tap in.
Yeah, he has wonderfully articulated the exact scenario, the need for our own models, our own algorithm, and based on our data, our culture, which is way different than all the countries out there. And unless we tap into that data and come up with better algorithms to come up with our own AI models, we are going to fall behind in this race. Okay, and like Mr. Ajay mentioned, whoever controls this data and the algorithms will control the whole economy, possibly in future, right? So it becomes very imperative in that scenario to allocate certain budget which is impactful enough for us to come up with better AI models, because we already have good talent which can leverage all this information and all the infra that is provided to us. So all we require is right allocation of the budget.
All right, Ashish, Ajay, appreciate you joining us. In fact, we'll continue to talk about and pick on some salient points that the Prime Minister put out today in this very important speech.